What is up, YouTube? This is Michael from Cards of the Round, and today I'm going to bring you a deck profile. But not just any deck profile, the deck profile that I use the most in duels and an upcoming tournament, as a matter of fact. So, today I'm going to show you my favorite deck, my Dark World deck. So, in a Dark World deck, you always have to have 3 Grapha cards. What it is when you discard this card, you get to destroy 1 card on the field. And then you can special summon Grapha by bringing a normal monster, or any monster for that matter, that is a Dark World monster, just bring it back to your hand, and then Grapha special summoned. Wonderful card. So powerful. And for the record, the thing about Dark Worlds is they're all about discarding, so you're going to want to do a lot of that. I also have 2 golds, 2 silvers. Basically their thing is when they're discarded, they're special summoned onto the field. That's it. Simple as that. I have 2 snows. When she's discarded, I can go through my deck and look for a Dark World card and add that to my hand. It's wonderful for finding Grapha or finding gates or just like anything else I think would be wonderful. Even good for thinning out my deck if I need to, because I can just look for another snow and then discarding the other snow. I also have 3 Fabled Ravens, primarily for their discard power, because you can discard as many cards as you want from your hand to the graveyard, and this thing just gains more power, 400 attack and a level every single time. It's also a tuner. I also have 2 Brows, because when they're discarded, you can draw 1 card. Wonderful. I also have 2 Beiges, which their special effect is they can, when they're discarded, they are special summoned onto the field. Not too powerful, but great for if you want to special summon Grapha. I also have Brawn. When he does battle damage, he can, you can discard 1 card. Great. I also have Midoriya. His thing is when he's destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you get to destroy 1 monster on the field. I have Grave Squirmer. Same effect, except he can destroy any card on the field, so he's a little bit better. And lastly, as far as monsters, I have Battle Fader. Y'all know what Battle Fader does. You gotta have a Battle Fader in every deck. As for my spell cards, 3 Gate to the Dark World. With its discarding power, this is a must-have, and you want to have 3 of them. If you were only to have 1, and it gets destroyed, you're in trouble. Plus, it gives all monsters, or all fiend types, 300 attack and defense. I got Terraforming, just as a way of getting more gates, or at least get it out quicker. 3 Dark World Dealings, discard 1 card, draw 1 card. Well, actually, you draw 1, then discard 1. But thing is, it's for both players. So if you draw, so does your opponent. And that can work for or against you, just depending on what kind of deck they're running. I'm also running 3 Dark World Lightnings. You could run 2 of these, but I really like being able to destroy the back row real easy and then discard a card. But you can also use it for set monsters. I have 2 Gateway to the Dark World. In case for some reason I cannot special summon Grapha by normal means, I can just use 1 of these. I also have Lightning Vortex. Basically the idea behind that is you can discard 1 card to destroy all face-up monsters on your opponent's side of the field. So it's kind of like Light Raigeki with a discard factored in, so that's wonderful. I also have Mystical Space Typhoon and Dark Hole. Every deck should have at least 1 of each. I also have here Mind Crush, 2 of them. You want to have those, but don't use them for the normal effect. Use them, call out a ridiculous card. And when you're wrong, you can discard 1 card, because this is all you really need it for, discarding a card. I also have here Dark Bribe, great for defense. And what it does is you get to block one of your opponent's spell or trap cards, and then they just draw one card. I also have here Dark Deal. I only have one because it only applies to normal spell cards, but when it does, it changes that spell card's effect to your opponent discards one card, which allows you to not only discard a card and activate its effect, but it also gives you the secondary effect of most of the beautiful monsters in my deck. And lastly, as far as traps, I have 2 Raigeki Breaks. Discard one card, destroy a card on the field. And lastly, I'm going to show you my extra deck. You don't really need an extra deck for Dark World, but I have one anyway. I have here Dark End Dragon. What he does is you can pay 500 attack points of his, and then you can destroy one card on the field. So he's good for destructive power. And lastly, I have Blackwing, Nothing of the Starlight. And basically his thing is when he's special summoned, synchro summoned, whatever, you get to inflict 800 life point damage to your opponent, and then pick one of their cards that are face up, of course, and subtract its attack points by 800, and that's great. So, let me know what you guys think. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, share, comment, all the fun stuff. And of course, feel free to check out my shop over on TCG Player, Cards OT Round. And this is Michael again, from Cards of the Round, signing off.